Good morning. Happy Tuesday. What a gorgeous day, yes? What a beautiful week it's going to be. How is everybody? Good. Thank you for your time. Today is July 16th. Welcome to Coffee Chats. I'm going to kind of quickly hand it off to Stephen Senegal so he can say his message and then be on his way. He's got a busy day. And then we'll all move on after that.
Okay. Good morning. For anybody here that has volunteered, and I hope some of you have, you may know that we are going to have the orientation right following Coffee Chat, and we'll be up in the Rose Room. I hope everybody already knows that. We've tried hard, and I will see all of you a little later. That's the whole thing right there. Okay, there we are.
Perfect, thank you. All right, he's been hard at work. All right, I'll just let you know what's going on for the week. So today at 10 a.m. up in Marion Hall, we have Gary Hansen back. He is our art history guru. He's going to be talking about avocational artists. So not the typical artists that you would go see in museums, etc. But this focus is it's a lecture on non-professional artists, people who became famous in fields such as entertainment, politics, government, and military. Those accomplished artists and that turn to art for various reasons. So he'll be discussing that. It's kind of an interesting topic on art, non-traditional artists. That's at 10 a.m. Today is our birthday celebration, so if you are available, it's a little bit earlier today. So 2:30 is the time that I'll be serving appetizers and drinks, and that's in the East Lobby. And then following that, at 3 p.m., we have Sharon Miller here, and she is our entertainment. She's a singer, and talked to her a few times on the phone. She seems like a very fun person. So if you're available, 3 p.m., she'll be here for entertainment. At 1 p.m. tomorrow, on Wednesday, of course, we have our new writing group, which is the writing group in Marion Hall. Is that where it meets?
Art room.
Art room. Okay, so the writing group at 1 p.m. is in the art room. On Wednesdays, we have our TED Talks, and of course, we typically have the 3 topics, and that's at 1 p.m. On 991. And the 3 topics are how fantasy worlds can spark real change, how your heartbeat shapes your experience of time, and is your partner the one? And it actually just kind of discusses about, before you tie the knot, some things to contemplate. So those are the 3 topics, and they're both all pretty diverse and interesting. At 1:30 on Wednesdays is 500. 3 p.m. we have alterations this week. You can sign up for that by my office. And 7 p.m. we have bingo and 500 every Wednesday. It's a beautiful week, and thank goodness, because this Thursday is our excursion to Monsignor Clement's Garden, and that leaves at 9:45. So that should proceed as planned. On Thursdays at 9:11, we have, of course, our recorded coffee chats if you can't make it. And 10 a.m. is our Vision Loss Support Group in Marion Hall this Thursday. I have not heard that it's canceled yet, so hopefully that will proceed as planned. This Friday at 1 p.m. we have our coffee chats. We have bridge and poker at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. every Friday is happy hour in Marion Hall. And 7 p.m. we have our movie. How did the movie go last Friday? Oh, good, fantastic, yay! We're making, I guess we're making progress. Somehow it just miraculously went awesome. Fantastic, that's good to hear. The movie this Friday is The Miracle Club. It's a comedy. There's just one dream for the women of Bellegarde: to taste freedom, to win a pilgrimage to the sacred French town of Lourdes in France. So that is the movie. Saturday is our men's breakfast at 8 a.m. That's when they depart. And it is our ladies, actually kind of a dinner or luncheon, late lunch, at 3:35 p.m. So a little different. And we're going to the Baja House in Wayzata. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. we have our bingo, of course, and next Monday at 1 p.m. we'll have knit and chat. At 7 p.m. on that following Monday, the 22nd, we have 500 and point players as well. I just want to let you know that the sign-up sheets will be put out at 9:30. My apologies, I was out yesterday. I wasn't able to get them put out on Monday. That was my plan, but that's just the way it goes. So I will put it out at 9:30. So just FYI. And also I wanted to let you know, someone brought to my attention, we have all these wonderful lawn games. And we have like cornhole, we have, what else do we have? We have the ladder game. So you can find those if you go down the hall in the the west, down the first floor, down the hall, in the stairwell, in the north end. There's all these lawn games, they are for you to utilize. We have a beautiful yard here. Please take advantage of them. My plan is to perhaps split them in 2 groups. We have some of the cornhole game in the exercise room, and then we have some of the games down in the north end there. So I might split the 2 so that there's one on both sides, because someone brought to my attention, depending on the time of day, that it's shadier on one end at a certain time, obviously, than the other. So that's kind of what I'll plan to do. But if you have any questions, you can always just check in also with Kayla. She'll let you know where all the equipment is as well. But it's on the north end so far, on the west side of the building. Hope that makes sense. Yes, ma'am.
Where do you get the things that you toss?
They should be there. They were missing, and I guess now Kayla found them. Somehow they were in the concierge, in the file in the concierge area. I don't know how that happened, but they were found. Woohoo! So they should be over there with the equipment and not behind the desk. So, good question.
Jillian,
Yes.
Croquet.
Oh, and we have croquet too. What a fun game. So it's a great opportunity to enjoy the weather. This week would be a perfect week for it. Take advantage of it. It's a great way to mingle, get some vitamin D, be outside, get some fresh air, and be social. So go for it. Any questions, everybody? Okay. All right. Did you have something to say, Anne?
No, I'm just surprised you've never done that before since I lived here.
Oh, yeah. The lawn games?
Yeah.
Yeah, please take advantage. I mean, what a great way to spend an afternoon, right? So, okay, I'll hand it over to Jeff.
Good morning. You don't have to pay attention to the sun this week. It's going to be beautiful weather. First time in 2 months, there's not a drop of rain in the 7-day forecast. So now we get to watch the grass grow even more because it's all well watered. Let me see. Quite a storm out here on Saturday night, Sunday morning, huh? It tripped out the chiller in the west building. And how many of you in the west building knew that we didn't have air conditioning? On Sunday morning. A lot of you didn't. Well, a few did, and they called, and we got a hold of Harris, and they were out and headed up and running before many of you even knew that it was out. So, yeah, Harris is, we pay a lot of money to have Harris do our work, but they do a good job. Speaking of which, always be checking your air conditioning. I mean, and especially if you live in the east building, run your air conditioning, even if you don't need it for that day, just to make sure that it's working. I think everyone made it through the weekend without any problems. That's good. We want to keep it that way. Also, I just want to say, the political arena in the United States right now It may not be the most effective way to govern, but boy, is it good theater. We need to, I'm sorry what happened to Trump. I truly am, and it's not going to be a discussion on who's who or anything like that, but no one should get shot. And that young kid that did it, he looked so troubled, and there's just, but is Biden going to even be the nominee? I mean, there's just so many things that are happening and going on. It's just crazy. How many of you like that craziness? I love it. I do. Anyway, does anyone have any questions on anything? That's really all I have. Yes? The garage door in the west building was not closing. They were here yesterday and they replaced some eyes. Is it not closing this morning?
I don't know, I just know during the week it was left open a lot.
Huh?
It closed this morning, I saw.
Oh, it's fixed. We believe it got fixed yesterday. Thank you, Ellen. Anything else? It's always better when people in the audience talk. Joy Gordon.
I will be taking pictures of new people, so if you are new to the building and I call you, please say yes, because otherwise I have to keep calling you. So, new people, I need to take your picture.
Thank you. That's Joy Gordon. She's from the West Building. Her job is she takes pictures of new residents so they can get put in the books down here, excuse me, and also in the books at each desk. So that,
And I want to thank her because it is harder than you believe to get a hold of people, and she has been so diligent. So I just wanted to say thank you, Joy, for all your effort.
and Jillian wants to thank Joy because Jillian dumped that job on Joy. So she's taking a big deep breath that she doesn't have to deal with it. But Joy, thank you for going after it with zest and grace. And if Joy calls you, asks you for a picture, please accommodate. What's that for? Oh,
You just cracked me up.
there you go. Anything else? Carol.
It's really difficult to be, the group that comes to coffee chats, so many times there's not a chair. Today there's empty spaces, which is really odd. Any chance we could meet in the Rose Room, where wouldn't there be more chairs and tables there? Because so often we have people have to sit on the edges and so forth around the room.
Does the murmur answer your question, Carol?
I can't
But,
hear
I mean-
the murmur.
She can't hear the murmur. What do people think of changing the location of Coffee Chats?
But the people who don't come because there's not room for them.
I don't know that there are people out there that don't come because there's not room here. I think people don't come because it's too early in the morning. You know? But I think the intimacy of the atrium is really cool, and certainly in the winter, it's phenomenal being down here.
Phone ringing.
And what I like most, I think, of Coffee Chats down here now is that we film it and the background. First off, how does the atrium look back here? Please, somebody take a picture.
That's the Rose Room too.
It's nice in the Rose Room too, but we get the... Carol, we're not going to the Rose Room. Just let it go.
Okay.
Sorry that I blew up, folks, but the message wasn't getting through to Carol. We can write a skit about that, can't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you written yours yet?
What was I talking about? Oh, You can tell what time of year it is when you look outside in the background. Does anyone look at the old Coffee Chats?
Yeah.
I don't.
The flowers have never been that pretty.
The flowers have never been that pretty. It's gorgeous. Oh, would someone please take a picture from their apartment down? I want to see how the new lights look. Does anyone know that we put new lights on the stairwell up? And also, how does the flag look at night with the lights on? Good. Is it okay? Good, Lloyd? Thank you. All right. Anything else?
Yes.
Lloyd?
What about a van driver?
Van driver. You had to bring that up, didn't you? I don't need to know the exact words. Last Wednesday, we sent a van driving candidate who had passed his written test, who had practiced with our van. Steve drove him over to Vadnais Heights so that he could take his behind the wheel test. He went in to register to take his behind the wheel test, and they said, "Where is your entry level driver's training certification?" Don't quote me on any of that, but entry level drivers was the first 3 words. And basically, to get a Class B license with a passenger endorsement, you need to take a certification class. $4,500. Minnesota, yeah. And so I've got to call into my boss. I want to trade the van
Get a 15 passenger.
and get a smaller van. Boy, I should not be sticking my neck out like this.
I second it.
Joanne seconds it, so we're going to do it. How do I look today, by the way, Joanne? No, not so hot today. The only reason I asked that of Joanne is she told me 3 weeks ago that I looked okay, and I just am still basking in that. The number of times women tell me I look okay is few and far between. So
I'd wear the same shirt again.
I'll have to go back and see. Oh, it's a red shirt. Yeah. Match my face. Anything else? Okay, birthdays. Today, Sandy Miller. She's out of town. So I guess instead of everything in the store being half price, it's all free today. So, and John Leisenring, his birthday today. Tomorrow, Marjorie Chambers. On Thursday, Faye, you got a birthday on Thursday? Yep. As well as Naomi Shapiro. And on the 21st, which is next Sunday, Deborah Dora. Happy birthday next Sunday. And Nora Grossfeld on the 22nd. Anniversaries, we've got Chuck and Marcia Asp on the 20th. You two should go to the, when's the lecture? On whether you have the right one or not? The TED Talk. You should watch a TED Talk. See if you've got any buyer apathy or whatever it's called nowadays. All right, let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. Have a good week, everybody.